What if we told you there are cars out there so rare, so elusive, that even the most die-hard car enthusiasts don't know they exist? I guarantee you won't know the following cars. Today, we're about to uncover some cars so rare and mysterious, you'll wonder if they're even real. So strap in, hit that like, and subscribe. Get ready to discover 3 of the most secret cars you won't believe actually existed. Number 3. The Tucker 48, 1948. The brainchild of Michigander Preston Tucker, the Tucker 48 was to become the car of the future, offering features nobody had thought of with the style, class, and quality everyone wanted. It was an upstart company looking to get in on the frenzied redevelopment boom of the years immediately following World War II, an era deprived of new car models while the nation's industries were occupied with turning out equipment to send over there. From the start, the Tucker was meant to be something different from conventional offerings. The exterior styling was largely conventional and followed the latest trends, although the Cyclops headlight made it stand apart. It was everywhere else that it departed from the norm. The Tucker sedan was built atop a perimeter frame with a rear-engine setup, allowing for a low and flat floorboard. The engine was originally built for use in helicopters. Tucker was under pressure to find an engine that would work, discovering that air-cooled engines built flat-six Franklin helicopter engines that were nearly perfect for the car. However, they were air-cooled, and that would never work for a proper road car. Tucker engineers managed to re-engineer the Franklins with water cooling, giving birth to the Tucker Flat 6, a 5.4-liter engine fed by a single carburetor, making 166 horsepower. Its suspension was also innovative and novel. The independent suspension, an unheard-of feature in its time, utilized control arms for all 4 wheels attached to the frame using torque-elastic rubber torque tubes, meaning there were no metal springs and relatively few parts. Manufactured in Tucker's Chicago plant, all 51 of the vehicles were available for purchase in the 1948 model year. Unfortunately, on March 3, 1949, just 2 years after the sedan's production started, Tucker Car Corporation permanently shuttered its doors, despite the enormous amount of excitement that surrounded the creation of this new corporation. In 1948, the SEC conducted a highly visible investigation against Tucker Car Corporation for stock fraud, which resulted in a trial that was widely reported. Soon after the investigation started, the company was completely cleared, but most of Tucker's investors fled the company due to the unfavorable public reaction. Preston Tucker's autobiographical narrative is engrossing, and the vehicles he constructed continue to be fascinating artifacts of American inventiveness. An original Tucker 48 tends to pique people's interest more than almost any other failed automotive startup, in part because of the story and in part due to the car's revolutionary nature. For many years to come, interest in the current cars will be strong due to the legacy of the Tucker automobile. Although very few will get to see one, Preston Tucker's twin grandsons manage the Preston Tucker's Speed Shop YouTube channel, where they provide films with a plethora of knowledge on the vehicles. It is worthwhile to look into. Number 2. The Cadillac Cyclone, 1959. Pushing the limits of design and technological innovation, the Cadillac Cyclone XP74 was one of the most exciting concept cars of the 1950s. It was the creation of the renowned Harley Jarvis Earl, the most significant designer of the decade. Having been born in Hollywood, California in 1893, Earl rose to fame in the early 1920s for his designs while managing his father's coach-building business, which was later acquired by Cadillac dealer Don Lee. Lee convinced Earl to submit a design proposal for the planned LaSalle in 1927. Earl's design work had an impression on Alfred P. Sloan, president of General Motors, who decided to establish the Art and Color section as GM's first design department and appointed Earl as its first director. Earl continued to astound with his daring new ideas, even though he was getting close to retirement. He started using style elements from the aircraft sector in the second half of the 1950s, the Cyclone being the best example. The idea was first presented in 1959 and resembled a future convertible with rockets placed on either side. It was equipped with a retractable, entirely transparent canopy in place of a traditional roof, as well as conspicuous tail fins towards the back that were emblazoned with General Motors Air Transport Section (GMATS) emblems. In addition to its eye-catching exterior, which fused space-age elements with Cadillac's signature emphasis on luxury, the Cyclone, like the majority of Harley J. Earl's dream cars, was equipped with a plethora of high-tech equipment. Definitely, the most striking aspect of the Cyclone was its pop-up bubble canopy. With a vaporized silver coating on the inside to shield the occupants from UV rays and minimize glare, it was electro-hydraulic retractable and could be made to disappear by just switching a switch located behind the back seats. In addition, a sensor attached to the plexiglass top raised it automatically when it sensed rain. A sound system with speakers built into the fender tops was utilized for things like ordering at a drive-in theater because there were no side windows. When the top was down, the doors also included tiny retractable apertures that let the occupants get their orders. The remarkable Cyclone has persisted, despite the subsequent abandonment of certain intriguing American innovations. The Cyclone, which weighs 4,630 pounds, 2,100 kilograms, and is based on a specially designed 104-inch, 264-centimeter wheelbase chassis, is a massive vehicle that may be seen at the GM Heritage Center in Sterling Heights, Michigan. The classic concept is still present even if the smaller versions of its rear tail fins were added in 1964. These include a 3-speed manual transaxle and a 389 CI 6.4-liter V8 engine that produces 350 horsepower. The Harley J. Earl's Cadillac Cyclone, one of the most intriguing concept automobiles of its day and a magnificent specimen of space-age architecture, was initially unveiled 64 years ago. If you're blown away by this, just wait till you see what's coming up. Number 1. The Phantom Corsair, 1938. The 1938 Phantom Corsair was considered way ahead of its time and had an extravagant body, along with an interesting interior capable of seating up to 6 people. It was created by none other than Rust Hines of the H.J. Hines family, a Yale dropout who did not want to be involved in the family business. In 1936, 22-year-old Hines bought a new Cord 810-812, which served as the foundation for what was to become the Phantom Corsair. He got in touch with Pasadena coach builder Bowman and Schwartz to make his dream come true, and then work started based on Hines's sketches. The aluminum fastback body, which was enlarged significantly to fit those fully enveloped wheels that gave it a clean appearance, was transformed into a sleek form inside the wind tunnel. The aerodynamic body's every aluminum panel was crafted by hand, and the car's unique headlights were created especially for it. Furthermore, the chrome fender's telescopic supports had to be designed from the ground up. With its ability to accommodate 6 people in a 4+2 arrangement, push-button automated doors, and windows with a green tint, the interior was equally remarkable. The dashboard had several aeronautical-themed buttons and knobs that were arranged to reduce the possibility of injury in the event of a collision. With the same 4.7-liter V8 engine found in the Cord 810-812, the Phantom Corsair weighed almost 4,600 pounds, 2,086 kilograms. But instead of coming stock with 125 horsepower, it was modified to 190 horsepower, which was sent to the front axle via a 4-speed automatic transmission. The car's historical top speed of 115 miles per hour, 185 kilometers per hour, was impressive for someone in their late 30s. Nevertheless, the car was far from flawless in terms of its mechanics. For instance, the 4.7-liter engine's propensity to overheat quickly was caused by the short front louvers, which impeded engine cooling. The split windscreen, while very stylish, did not offer a very good view, and the rear window was no better. Rust Hines reportedly spent almost $24,000 realizing his concept, and he intended to introduce a production version with a planned beginning price of about $15,000. To get the word out, he advertised the car and bought a full-page ad in Esquire. In addition, the car was dubbed the Car of Tomorrow at the 1939 World Fair and starred in David O. Selznick's film, The Young in Heart. Regretfully, Hines passed away at the age of 25 in a car accident, and the Phantom Corsair remained a unique creation. Comedian Herb Schreiner purchased the car from the Hines family in the 1950s and asked BMW 507 designer Albrecht Goertz to make a few adjustments. In addition to changing the windscreen to improve visibility, the front fascia was altered to enhance engine cooling, and 2 panels resembling tar gas were added to the roof. Later on, casino tycoon William Harrah bought the Phantom Corsair and restored it to its former glory. Since then, the one-off has made appearances at various car events, including the Goodwood Festival of Speed and at Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. Nowadays, the car can be checked out in Reno, Nevada at the National Automobile Museum. Which one of these secret cars blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing car content, and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Until next time, want to know the top 10 crazy pickup trucks in Jay Leno's garage? Check out this video to find out.